So flub me sideways, my friends. A few days before the Royal Rumble, we actually did get CM Punk versus AJ Styles in 2026 in a WWE ring. Don't listen to those people on social media that said they'd never fought before. They have on the independent scene a long old time ago. But given their history and given everything that could happen at the Royal Rumble with AJ Styles, I couldn't believe this. It made me feel warm and fuzzy in my tum-tum. That is what we're going to talk about today. Before we do get there, if you could like the video, share the video, and subscribe, you would make me a very happy man. It's a weird thing to say. But yes, it was the main event, and it was set up at the start of Raw, which always made me chuckle. What was the main event going to be if this didn't go down? But AJ Styles comes out, says, Gunther, you are not going to retire me, when CM Punk has came out and said, yeah, what are you doing? The stakes are too high. For example, we haven't fought in a good old while. When they decided, well, CM Punk is a fighting champion, and they put the belt on the line, I knew this was going to end in a no contest, or words to that effect, because CM Punk's not going to lose and AJ Styles has to stay alive right now, given what we are going to do at the Royal Rumble. And I just thought it was brilliant. Again, make sure you check out my Royal Rumble predictions from yesterday to see what I think is going to happen at that show, although I'm going to have to give away some of that in the meantime. But it's just, if you had told somebody this back in 2005, 2006, even 2014, they would have thought you were nuts. Like, even in 2014, nobody thought AJ Styles was going to go to WWE. If he did go there, people thought that he wouldn't be used properly because he's AJ Styles. It's just wonderful that we do get this stuff, and I love the match. My favourite part is when AJ Styles got hit with the GTS on the outside, and CM Punk wanted to get him back in the ring, but he knocked him out by accident. So he was like, well, I guess I got to win by count out. Then, of course, AJ gets back in at the count of 9.9. But it's those small kind of things that does make it feel like a fight, makes it feel like a war, makes it feel like a battle. Then Finn Balor ran in after a whole show of being yelled at by Adam Pearce, CM Punk, and Liv Morgan. You can't say he turned heel. I guess you could say he turned double heel. Maybe he watched what Dominic Mysterio done at SummerSlam last year. It was like, well, it worked for him. But he absolutely whooped the crap out of CM Punk, and he cost them the match. And the cool part was as well, this came after AJ Styles had gone for the phenomenal forearm, but CM Punk had caught him and was going for the GTS. They were still mano a mano. They were still 50-50. I just love the fact we got it. It is a dream match, specifically for me. Well, especially for me. I'm sure lots of people feel the same way. I mean, just to do it in a WWE ring. Say what you like about WWE, and there's a lot you can say, but it is the biggest promotion in the world. So to get someone like CM Punk and someone like AJ Styles, two guys that did change the game, they opened doors. You wouldn't have wrestling what it is today without what they did do. I was doing backflips. I thought it was awesome. And it does tie into the fact that WWE and Styles himself have done such a good job with his retirement. I have no idea what's going to happen this weekend. There was the Nakamura post that seemed to suggest he will be retiring at the Rumble. That got deleted. So now, of course, because WWE is always working you on real, we don't know what's going on with that. AJ Styles comes out and says, I'm not retiring at the Royal Rumble. I'm going to beat Gunther. I want most of 2026 to enjoy myself, but that could be a ruse. He also said he wants to wrestle people in other locker rooms. So is he going to retire from WWE but go to TNA, maybe go to AEW? I think we're having way too much fun there. But he deliberately said those words. The issue with doing that is that if you get the big emotional, I can't believe it, AJ Styles is retired, then he just turns up somewhere else. It's like what happened when Ric Flair arrived in TNA as well. But also, we only live once. And AJ Styles has given enough to wrestling. If he wants to take something out of it too, I've got no problem with it. I just think CM Punk's championship run, it does feel a bit old school, and you can roll your eyes at that, but I enjoyed this. I enjoyed the Finn Balor thing. I love the fact that Finn Balor's going to get around too. I have no idea what we're going to do there, because I do think he should turn face eventually, and I think he probably will. I think this is the catalyst to do that. But can he lose to CM Punk twice? Is that the reason he turns good guy? Does it tie into the Day of Judgment being killed, which is something else that CM Punk mentioned? Just thumbs all around. There was too much distraction on this show, and it's a shame that we didn't hold off for the Vision, who I think should do it, and the main event, but that's just what WWE wants to do. It kind of irks me a little bit, only because I've seen them be more creative. They were more creative 2 days before this as Saturday night's main event, but maybe they have a reason for it. At the same time, if you get a main event with CM Punk versus AJ Styles, this board idiot's going to be happy, and Finn Balor was involved too. And you can take all those nice things I said about Punk and Styles and apply it to Finn Balor. So it's just home runs all over the place. I'm so worried about AJ Styles, even more so because Gunther yelled at him. Because yes, the Ring General did a sit-down interview. As I always tell you, if somebody sits down in wrestling, it's super-duper serious. And he basically said, I don't care about Goldberg, I don't care about John Cena. They're old-timers, they want their moments. It's time for my moments, so I'm going to finish all of these people. And AJ Styles may want to fight for that 2026, but not on my watch. Now, as we talked about yesterday, you could have the silly finish, which I'd enjoy because I like silly finishes, where Gunther goes to do the tap-out thing again, the referee catches him. So even though Gunther isn't tapping out, he's just trying to release himself from the move. He cost himself the match. At the same time, surely AJ Styles would hold on to that maneuver until the bell did ring. But there's a reason that we did do that, and I think it's going to tie into the Royal Rumble. It could even be a trick finish. So Gunther does that one time, and then the match continues for some reason. But I just thought Gunther was so good here. He came across like a killer. I think we could do the laugh less. I don't know why I thought that, but I'm just passing on what my brain fed back to me. And it's really interesting to see what they're going to do, because if Gunther does lose, he probably needs to win the Royal Rumble. I do think he has a lot of momentum coming out the John Cena thing. And if this soon after the John Cena retirement, he retires AJ, which is essentially be his Brock Lesnar beating Undertaker and then crushing John Cena at SummerSlam moment, but it comes in the space of 5 weeks, you've got to push Gunther to the moon. His face is on the Rumble poster for the men's match, which believes me he's doing double duty. But again, if Brock Lesnar throws him out, I am just repeating my predictions now, we'll be fine, because people see Brock Lesnar versus anybody at WrestleMania as a big match. But great interview. I think Gunther is just absolutely crushing it right now. And he also contributed to my worries about AJ Styles. I want, what's AJ Styles' real name? Alan Parker, something like that? I can't remember. I want him to do whatever. He's done enough for wrestling, right? If he wants to walk away at the Royal Rumble and bookend it 10 years from his debut to his ending, more power to him. But just as a selfish fan, I really hope he doesn't retire at the weekend. But I'm starting to think he's going to. My tum-tum is telling me otherwise, but everybody is doing such a good job, and for that I appreciate. Also, you may have seen these fan theories on social media, and I would agree with them. If you go through the last year to 18 months of AJ Styles' career, it has kind of been a retirement tour. He's done a lot of matches and had a lot of send-offs. He may be leaving us. That may have been the last episode of Monday Night Raw with AJ Styles, which is funny, because in 2015, people didn't even think that was a possibility, and now in 2026, it feels like the worst thing ever that he could be going. Great stuff. Really liked it. Big fan. Do it more. Otherwise, the women's tag team match was super duper fun. We essentially set up Stephanie Vaquer versus Raquel Rodriguez. I predicted this for the Royal Rumble, and I think that would have been nice. But it is a street fight, which I doubt they would have done in Saudi Arabia. So they're doing that in Philadelphia. I would switch the title. I would have Raquel Rodriguez win. I basically went into all of that yesterday, so I'll leave it there so I don't bore you. But I think Stephanie Vaquer is so talented she can handle it. And it's not like her world title run has been the greatest run of all time. It's not her fault. Just hasn't been booked against the right opponents. And she's had this injury. But the injury gives her an out as well, especially in a street fight. Raquel Rodriguez can abuse that. But it was the Judgment Day, taking on Stephanie Vaquer, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky, which ties into that feud. And this time, Rhea Ripley pinned Roxanne Perez. So that means she pinned Liv Morgan on Saturday and did Roxanne here. I think all of this, including potentially Raquel winning the belt, is contributing to the end of the Judgment Day. Because when Finn Balor was walking around trying to get in the Royal Rumble, Liv Morgan also yelled at him, going, "What are you doing? I can't believe you don't understand how powerful the Judgment Day is." I think as soon as Dominic Mysterio comes back, we pull the trigger on that and we get there. I don't want to forget, hated the fact that Adam Pearce said to Finn Balor, "I'm sorry, all the Royal Rumble spots are full." That's never been the way. People just declare, and now poor Finn Balor gets screwed. I don't mind it because it tied into him being super mad for the main event. But just because he had a title shot, now he's not allowed to enter the Royal Rumble. Even though on some Royal Rumbles, people have title shots and then literally enter the Royal Rumble 20 minutes later. How is there spots free there? This doesn't matter. You should be mad at me. I'm mad at myself. But sometimes these things get the better of me. So please do forgive me. Anyway, fun tag team match with the women. Like the fact they're all in the Royal Rumble because they're all megastars, but they're still fighting over this damn tag team championship. That's all that matters. You can do more than one thing as long as all the belts feel like they are important. I don't think... Well, no, that's not true. I think Liv Morgan could win. I think Rhea Ripley's going to have a big something with someone to set up her WrestleMania match. But she had a great hot tag here as well, and she was super duper over. And this time, it was the blind tag by the heels that tricked you to think that's how they were going to win, because that's how the babyfaces won on the weekend. This was good. This is callbacks. I enjoyed it a lot. Right now, they really are one of the best things about the show. The Raw Men's Tag Team match was also good, and I loved the winners. Couldn't handle the Creeds being in it. I told you last week this would happen. The Creeds had fallen off the face of the earth. I was worried about them, right? I didn't know where they'd gone. They come back, they get put in a number one contender match because we do not have enough teams. Don't mind Los Americanos being there. At least they've been active. And then, of course, we had the Alpha Academy and the New Day. New Day, goats, as far as I'm concerned, so I don't mind. But the cool thing is that Otis and Tozawa won. When Tozawa went to that top rope, I didn't know what he was going to do because I didn't know he had a finishing move, but he hit the senton after Otis had murdered everybody. And he gets the 1, 2, 3, and then Jey Uso was out there. He had super kicked Grayson Waller over the barricade because, of course, you had to have interference in this match as well. But it was fun, and I do like it. I think the issue is when you look at the difference between the women's tag team division and the Raw men's tag team division, it's night and day. We need new teams. We need to hit reset on it, but I like this a lot. It turns out I just really like Otis and Tozawa. And Tozawa has been in the company for about 10 years, mostly been treated as a comedy figure, so you forget how good he is. And he is super duper whooper good, so I just liked it. I didn't see it coming. I thought the Creeds probably would win. I don't want it to be the Creeds. Not that I don't like the Creeds, but it's the equivalent of a geese title shot. They kind of just snuck in there and nobody did realise. We got to do more with the New Day as well. I think we can all agree now one of the worst choices of the brand new WWE, if we are going to call it that, is not capitalising on that awesome heel turn. Still can't believe we dropped the ball with that as bad as we did. We also have a very good cliffhanger on this show, and I am super pumped about this, because who the flub is the higher power? That's how I'm going to dub it. We're going back to 1999, but the Vision come out, Bron Breakker is with them, he has been reinstated. Paul Heyman invites Adam Pearce to the ring, and Adam Pearce gives them everything they want. Bron Breakker is going to be in the Royal Rumble, and Paul Heyman seems happy with that, but then all of a sudden Logan Paul's in the Rumble, Bronson Reed's in the Rumble, Austin Theory's in the Rumble. Paul Heyman's like, what's the flub going on, man? Then all of a sudden it's Austin Theory versus Rey Mysterio. Paul Heyman like, what's going on, man? You don't often see him on the back foot, and then later on Logan Paul was like, well, I've got an idea. We could all hate Bron Breakker win the Royal Rumble, and there should be an opposite team to be like, no, that's not how it works, which could set up some feuds down the line. I'd imagine it's meant to be Rey, Dragon Lee, and Penta, but in this Austin Theory match that happened afterwards, I think Rey Mysterio got injured. We do not know. He's a masterful worker, so he could have been selling here. I think I'm trying to keep my hopes up. I just hope he's okay, because Rey Mysterio lost that match as well. I don't think WWE treats Rey as the legend that he is, but at the same time, Austin Theory needed a win, so my emotions were torn like Natalie and Brudia. But there is something brewing here. Whoever this magical person is, which is not Triple H, because Paul Heyman did an interview and said even Triple H wouldn't want to get a call from this person. I mean, maybe he does mean that. Even Triple H wouldn't want to get a call from Triple H. It could be Stephanie McMahon, I suppose, but that's just a bit lame as far as I'm concerned. But I have no idea who it could be. Obviously, a lot of people are thinking you know who. It better not be that, but we'll talk about it if it does happen. Somebody else, Brock Lesnar out there, why would he have booking powers? If he messages Adam Pearce saying, I'm going to kill you if you don't do this, Adam Pearce said, you're fired. You're never allowed to come back. I really don't know who the answer is. I'm worried that WWE is just going to forget about it. You can't do that, especially the way that it was executed on this Raw. They made it feel like a super duper whooper massive deal. So we're going to have to come with a great name. Not Eric Bischoff or anyone like that. Somebody said it could be Chris Jericho coming back in a leadership role. That sucks. Why would Adam Pearce be scared of Chris Jericho at this stage? He would just presume he's a talent. I want Chris Jericho to come back. I think it's going to be awesome. It feels like a weird storyline, but I'll wait and see. Either way, Adam Pearce did acquiesce to the point after the Vision had cheated, allowing Austin Theory to get the stomp in the 1-2-3. Bronson Reed was destroying people, and well, everyone. Bron Breakker was, and Logan Paul was, and Austin Theory was. No Adam Pearce, no useless wrestling security guards, because once again, he has given in to all of the Vision's demands, and he doesn't want to annoy who this magical person is. So the magical person also has to have a connection with the Vision. I have no idea who it could be, but that's fun. And that should keep you guessing. It's like the Masked Man that turned out to be Austin Theory. I mean, you could argue it could be Seth Rollins, but that doesn't make any sense either. I'm intrigued to see it, and I want to see it, and WWE better pay it off. If they forget about it like they have done in the past, I think that would be a massive shame. I think Bron Breakker could win the Royal Rumble as well, and I think it could also be based off this, especially because now he's got a defensive line around him. He's got Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory. And if Austin Theory is a secret soldier of Seth Rollins, maybe you could tease it there as well. He did win this match with the stomp. It's a little bit of a shame that Bronson Reed has become a background player, given that he beat Roman Reigns last year, but I'll park that one. I'll wait and see. But I like this. It got me intrigued, and as always, that's the point. Also had a very good promo with Natalya. She is Natty now, and she hates Maxine Dupree because she failed her after trying to train her. Said she's going after the IC championship, so Becky Lynch was like, nope, let's just focus on the Royal Rumble for now. When honestly, you got to see it. Asuka and Kairi Sane walk in, and Kairi Sane is like, listen, you're not allowed to win the Rumble because I've told Asuka that I'm going to win the Rumble for her. And Becky Lynch is, and then she said, you're not ready for Asuka. And Becky's all like, I am ready for Asuka. I've beaten her loads of times. Translate that. Kairi Sane went to translate it. Asuka just shouted, I know what she said. They are so good. Becky Lynch is so good. Kairi Sane is so good. Asuka is so good as my brain for some reason forgets all of that. This went on for 2 minutes and it sold their characters more than sometimes you see in entire matches on Raw. Give them all the belts. I absolutely love them. And before I get Javon Evans also declared for the Royal Rumble, which is hilarious. Actually, Javon Evans also talked to AJ Styles about having a match. So we really went in hard here about what's going to happen. I just do not know. I think that was mostly everything that happened on Raw. I could be incorrect there. It was basically the AJ Styles CM Punk show in many ways. Also, though, the Vision. The Vision is such a... I like where the Vision is now. I didn't want Seth Rollins to get hurt, but I think it being three guys that needed to embed themselves in the WWE main event scene, for lack of a better term, has actually been better than them being led by Seth Rollins. Also, when Logan Paul was coming up with that plan, he said he had a vision. So we got to stop doing that. We don't need children's puns. But yeah, the Javon Evans things and then the Finn Balor things. So Javon can declare, but Finn Balor can't. I don't know. But let's just break up the Judgment Day. Let's use it to do all that. And what I would really like to know in the comments is who is the higher power, as I'm going to keep calling them. I've got no guesses about someone that it could be. I've got fun guesses that would make me laugh, like Santina Morella. Amazing, awesome. But I've got nobody that actually would make sense and make me go, oh, wow, that's a good story twist. So yeah, let me know what you think. And as always, if there's anything I have forgotten to talk about, make sure you check out What Culture, where I freelance for, and do their review where we go by it step by step. But I did enjoy this. I don't think WWE has promoted the Royal Rumble enough. It's almost like it doesn't exist. But I still ended this show thinking, you know, I am pumped for the pay-per-view. So maybe that's why they don't do it. They know the Rumble sells itself. They know that more people watch it than WrestleMania in 2025 on Netflix and whatever devices they were covering. And it's going to be awesome because it's the Royal Rumble. And I think LA Knight's going to be in it, and I think a bunch of other people are going to be in it. Check out my video from yesterday. I'll make sure it pops up on the screen in just 1 second. AJ Styles, if you do retire, and this is the last time I get to talk about you on a Monday Night Raw review, you're one of the best. You're one of the GOATs. I remember when I first saw you and you made no sense to me because how are you doing these things? It blew my brain. I didn't know professional wrestling could be approached in such a manner. He influenced so many people are doing it today. I think if you wanted to do a 6 spaces of separation, whatever it's called, you could connect AEW to AJ Styles. That's how influential he's been on the entire game. Let's hope we're wrong. Let's hope they're dragging us into an emotional roller coaster, because I tell you, dudes, I'm not ready for it. Now, like I said, please do like the video, share the video, and subscribe, and then leave a comment below and let me know what you think about this. That video we just talked about is on the screen right now. Otherwise, it's patreon.com/Simon316, grillermind.com/Simon. It's Simon316 on social media, and then there's Cameo, TikTok, and Pro Wrestling Tees to support me as much as possible. I really do appreciate you. Get ready for the Royal Rumble, and of course, we will get into that at the weekend.